Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy,
MustardProphet.
and in today's video, I'll be going over some budgeting tips for beginners. With this channel, I aim to inspire, educate, and spread joy to the best of my ability. But, to be clear, I'm not an expert on anything, except I do have a lot of knowledge of what not to do. So, stay tuned. To start this off, I'll be going over the 50-30-20 rule. Now, some of you might already know what this is. If not, it's okay. It's basically a rule of thumb to explain where your money should be budgeted. 50% goes towards needs, 30% goes towards wants, and 20% goes towards savings. Now, this might vary depending on whatever lifestyle you want to live. It depends on how much money you make, and if you have a family, or if you live by yourself, or if you want to live in New York City. The budget stays pretty much the same throughout. Remember, all of this is after-tax money. So you might make 50 grand a year, but you can only really budget the money you have after taxes. So keep that in mind. Now for the 50%, which is your needs. Now this would fall under your mortgage, food, utilities, in some situations, car payments, depending on if you live in a big city or if you need a car to get to work. That can all depend on if you want to consider that a need or not. For me personally, I would consider a car payment as a need because it makes life a lot more convenient. Also, health insurance and car insurance fall under that same category of need, because obviously you need health insurance, otherwise you're gonna get screwed over financially if something happens and you need to go to the doctor. A good definition of a need is something you physically cannot live without, or something that would make your life extremely difficult not having. And now for the 30%. This is the wants. In today's world, a want and a need can fall very much between the same thing, depending on your personality and what you deem to be important. But a good definition of a want is something that can help relieve a minor inconvenience in your life. For example, it could be using more data online, having a Netflix account, buying Macy's $200 shirts for whatever reason, if they're that much, going out to eat. Now this might depend on if your schedule's busy, if you have a whole lot of stuff you need to do, but if you have free time and you have the ability to cook at home, then there's not really an excuse to go out and eat every single day. Another example of this could be the massages you get every Wednesday, or hobbies. Now hobbies can be very important for your mental health, but they can also drain your wallet. These are very important. For example, if you love golfing, it might seem like a good idea to do golfing more, but if your addiction to golfing is causing your family to not have food on the table, then that is crossing a line between wants and needs, and that's when you're hurting yourself financially and you're hurting your family as well. So you gotta learn to differentiate the difference between a want and a need, because that's the main two categories in this. And for the 20%, this is savings. Now some of you might not see the point in saving for retirement when you figure it's how many years away, and you might only be able to save $100 a month, but over the grand scheme of things, if you budget your money properly, that savings can do a lot more than just fund your retirement. For example, it could, if you put away money in a savings account and use it for an emergency fund, that money could help you in a pinch. For example, I got laid off recently from my job, and I had money saved up so that way I could pay off my car payment. And without that money, I would have been in a lot more of a stressful situation. An emergency fund should be anywhere from 6 to 12 months worth of your monthly expenses saved up. So if you had to budget a little bit of your wants mixed with all your needs, would be around $2,500 a month. Your emergency fund should be anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000. Now this might sound kind of crazy, but if you think about it, with a family of 5 or whatever, if something did happen, that would be enough money to hold you off for a year. Now the point of an emergency fund isn't just to have the money and spend it whatever, like if you had 10 grand, I'll spend $1,000 here. No, the point of an emergency fund is money for an emergency, which would be a disaster, someone got laid off, or you lost your job, or you got fired, you know, that kind of stuff. Now one tip I would definitely recommend is to look at your money like it's a key to your freedom, because If you make $100,000 a year after taxes and you spend every penny of it, you're in the same position financially that you were a year ago. If you spend all your money on stupid things, then you're only screwing yourself in the future, because everyone has a certain number they want to reach for their retirement, and spending $1,000 here and $1,000 there can really eat away at what your potential retirement could be. And doing that would make your career have to stretch even longer, because now you're gonna have to work more time to make that money back that you already spent on stuff you probably shouldn't have bought in the first place. You know, if you go shopping for clothes every weekend, like, sure, you need new shirts and pants and whatever, but you don't really need a brand new blouse every weekend. I don't know why I keep harping on the shirt stuff, but I mean, I think you get the point. Now, for an example of stuff that eats away at your savings without you even really thinking about it, is your debts, your student loans, credit card payments, and even monthly payments like Netflix or Hulu that could add up over time. If you'd like to see it, I'll make a whole nother video based on the debts and how I've gone through my life experiencing debt and how I manage it. If you're interested, then leave a comment below and then I'll make a video about that. Now, a lot of this might sound like common sense, but if you don't look at your money as a monthly budget, you're gonna be stuck in a crappy situation financially for the rest of your life. And you might be asking yourself, why should I listen to this 20-year-old idiot talk about money? Well, because if you don't and you neglect to budget your money properly, you're not only hurting yourself, but your family at the same time. Money is a key factor in today's world, whether we like it or not, and you should definitely take it seriously. If you found this video entertaining or informative in any way whatsoever, then why not share it with a family member or friend who could use this information as well? I put a link in my description for my Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Also, a link to my gear with my camera, lighting, and all that stuff. If you're interested for whatever reason, then click the link in the description. Alright, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have an amazing day. I'll see you next time. Peace.